I never imagined that returning home from work would nearly cost me everything: my freedom, my mission, and my dignity. It happened in a quiet little town that bills itself as a safe, suburban haven, the kind of place where lawn signs talk about community and watchful neighbors. A place called Greenridge. But that illusion shattered for me on one cool, jasmine-scented night. It was just past midnight when I pulled into my driveway after a grueling 36-hour surveillance op. I was running on nothing but bad coffee and willpower. We were closito cracking a massive international money laundering ring. The kind of case that doesn't just change careers but disrupt entire criminal syndicates. My suit was rumpled, my face weary, and the worn leather briefcase in my hand wasn't just an accessory. It held federal secrets, months of classified files, and evidence critical to the operation. All I wanted was a hot shower, maybe 2 hours of sleep. Instead, I got a flashlight in the face and an interrogation on my front porch. I saw the red and blue glow bouncing off my neighbor's windshield before I even reached the steps. Something was off. Greenridge didn't get police calls at this hour. And certainly not in this cul-de-sac. That's when she stepped out from behind the tree. A stocky blonde in a dark blue uniform. Her badge caught the porch light: Officer Laney. She walked with purpose, eyes narrowed like she was already hunting something. A second officer hovered behind her near the cruiser, young, quiet, barely noticeable. That was Officer Reyes. "Evening, officer," I said calmly, despite my exhaustion. My hand gripped the briefcase tighter, not in fear, out of habit. Out of training. "Where do you think you're going?" Laney backed. Not a question, an accusation. "To my house," I replied, motioning to my door just 10 feet away. She stepped closer, flashlight stabbing into my eyes. "We got a call about a suspicious individual casing this property. You fit the description." I froze. "Me?" A black man in a suit. Holding a briefcase. Coming home from work. Suspicious. "Officer, this is my residence. I'm Evan Maddox. I live here," I explained, my voice steady but firm. She scoffed. "Doesn't look like it." It escalated fast. Her posture squared. The flashlight didn't move. "What kind of person walks around this neighborhood in a suit at midnight? You don't look like you belong here." There it was. Not just suspicion. Judgment. Disdain. Her words weren't about any call, they were about me. My skin. My presence in a place she didn't think I should be. I remained composed. Years of FBI fieldwork teach you to regulate your breathing under pressure. But I also knew my limits. I couldn't flash my badge. My cover was too deep. This wasn't just about pride, it was operational security. The people we were investigating had tentacles in law enforcement. For all I knew, Laney wasn't just prejudiced, she could have been compromised. Still, I tried again. "I live here. I have ID inside. May I retrieve it?" She cut me off. Refusing to provide ID is resisting. Trying to enter a property you've been reported at. That's attempted burglary. Burglary. On my own porch. Reyes finally spoke. "Maybe we just run his name. See if it matches the address." Laney whipped around, eyes blazing. "Are you questioning my judgment, officer?" He shut up. Then she turned back to me, smirking like she'd won a prize fight. "Last chance. Full name. Date of birth. Show ID. I've given you my name. I am not legally required to give you anything else unless you have probable cause." That was when her voice rose into a shriek. "Probable cause? You think you're smart, huh? You're a black man in a tux creeping around in a rich neighborhood. That's all the probable cause I need." She grabbed her cuffs. I had a choice to make, blow my cover and risk collapsing the case, or let this play out and hope I could recover later. I dropped the briefcase gently at my feet, keeping my eyes on her. Do what you have to do, officer. Lenny seemed almost disappointed that I didn't beg. She yanked my arm, clamped the cuffs on tight, and dragged me off my porch like I was a trophy. The ride to the precinct was pure humiliation. Reyes said nothing. My briefcase sat on his lap like it was just another bag of stolen goods. I prayed they wouldn't touch it. Not without a warrant. Not without understanding what kind of firestorm they were unleashing. Back at the station, the booking was swift and brutal. I refused to answer anything beyond my name and address. No birth date. No employer. They logged refused on every form. My prints. My mugshot. My dignity, stripped away inch by inch. Lenny called it a procedure. Then came the interrogation. Alone in a bare room, cuffs digging into my wrist, she tried to play good cop. Smacking, condescending, pretending to care. Tell me, Mr. Maddox, what's in that briefcase? Drugs. Stolen jewelry. Evidence. I told her the truth. Classified documents. Not subject to search without a federal warrant. She laughed in my face. That's exactly what someone with something to hide would say. But it wasn't a joke. They were going to open it. Reyes said the chief had signed off on a warrant. They didn't know what they were about to do. This wasn't just a Fourth Amendment violation. It was a national security disaster. I looked Reyes in the eye for the first time. Listen carefully, I said. That briefcase contains active FBI files. I am a federal agent. Badge number classified. If that case is opened, this station will have the full weight of the Justice Department on its back. His eyes widened like he'd seen a ghost. Your FBI? Yes. And if you want to keep your career, stop that warrant. He ran. Moments later, the station erupted. I heard shouting, footsteps. Then silence. Finally, the door opened. A tall man entered. Odor. Uniform crisp. Stern face. The nameplate said Chief Harlan. Special Agent Maddox, he said. Is it true? Yes, I replied. And you better hope that briefcase is still locked. He nodded to Reyes. Uncuff him. Now. As the cuff snapped off, I didn't smile. I didn't say thank you. I just rubbed my wrist and stared Lenny down as she was called into the chief's office. She didn't look smug anymore. What she thought was a routine arrest was about to cost her everything. Because this wasn't just a story about racial profiling. This was a story about how arrogance, bias, and unchecked power collided with the one thing Greenridge never expected. The wrong black man.